Play World Cup! Welcome to it! I'm not Jason.
I am in you. I am Jason.
What? Just let's press on, shall we? We are bringing you the fifth week of matches for the Play World Cup.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
I'm in you.
Yeah, haven't you seen people do that on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to a place, you're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at the Play World Cup.
I don't remember prompting for a place though, so that's cool. Anyway, just a reminder, if you'd like to sponsor us, make a donation, hit the website, playworldcup.com.au, get in it.
Mm-hmm. Get in it. Get amongst it. Jesus Christ, tonight has been a loose cast.
So we are bringing you Firemint vs Endgame Studios. This is the second game, and we are on Tempest.
We are on Tempest.
My script is partially blocked here, so I cannot see. So
you did well.
I just eyeballed it. I was like, one eye on the mini-map, one eye on the script, and I'm like, bam! Take that. Take that, professionalism.
It's so been taken. But, so right now we are looking at MarsSpider from Firemint spawning as the blue Terran. His partner will be Nerdnina spawning as the always pink Zerg. And they will be up against
Griddler, who is the yellow Terran, and up top we have the green Zerg Frezned from Endgame Studios.
Mm-hmm. So this is the second game of the match, of their best of three match. Endgame Studios took out the first game with a pretty early Thor rush, which dominated that game. It was really hard. Firemint just weren't prepared for that many Thors that early in the game, and the Thors just rampaged through those bases.
Rolled on through, took everything out in their path.
So I'll be interested in seeing. It actually worked really well for Endgame Studio, so we'll be interested in seeing if Griddler decides to go Thors again, or whether he opts for a new strategy.
To be fair though, Firemint did have the perfect counter to Thor Rush, which is, of course, losing your whole freaking base.
Yep, it is a good counter.
It's the natural counter.
The natural counter, although the Thors were not harmed in that counter.
They were not? No.
No.
I mean, maybe they were harmed from overuse.
That's true. You could wear them out. They're mechanical. Things wear down. They break down. There's moving parts.
That's right. I can't believe you said "I'm in you" as the first thing.
What the hell was your opener? I don't know where to go from there.
I said "Play World Cup." Welcome to it. I'm not Jason, and then you said "I'm in you." Disturbing.
It was the first thing that came to my mind.
Of course it was.
I panicked.
Anyway, moving on. So we have a spawning pool down for Nerdnina. She's now collecting some gas. We also see that MarsSpider is walling off. He has a couple of supply depots up. Of course, he's going to be alone in that endeavour, as it is hard for a Zerg player to do any walling whatsoever.
That's right, and Griddler will be in that exact same situation with Frezned as his teammate, so also unable to help with this wall.
Do you think that there's like a bit of a disadvantage to having a Zerg teammate? Like, hypothetically, right, you have a Terran and a Protoss. They can both build on the same terrain. Mm-hmm. They can wall off together. They can do like joint, defenses. They can, swap ground defenses.
Yep.
Static defenses, that sort of stuff. With the Zerg, it actually makes it a lot tougher, because not only can you not build on the same terrain, but also if a Zerg wants to expand, it's very difficult for them to connect up their bases with creep like they normally would do in a 1v1.
Yep.
Because when you do that, then you basically disable your opponent from being able to build anywhere. But on the other hand, though, you do have a lot of units that you couldn't get
so quick. Yeah.
You have that speed advantage, and you have that map control advantage, where you can run around like a crazy fool and see everything that's going on the map. So I guess there's advantages and disadvantages.
That's right. Pros and cons.
Would have been really interesting to see a double Zerg team in this tournament.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be scary.
Double Zerg is scary. There are so many like double six pools or something like that you could see, which can mess people up. But yeah, double Zerg, because then they've both got that creep happening, so they can get so much creep spread going on.
Exactly. You get to like the 7 or 8 minute mark, and suddenly there's creep knocking at your front door, and you're like, oh no.
We have Zerglings knocking on the front door here. Nerdnina running into the front door, but that many supply depots with that many Marines behind there, not going to be able to get through there. So Nerdnina just getting that speed, but even speed not going to be enough to break through that wall, and those Marines standing behind it. So those Zerglings running to their death.
That's right. We do see, though, two very different approaches here from the two Zerg players. We've got Nerdnina, who's making a few Zerglings and an extra queen, so maybe looking to expand with that second queen out. We see Frezned opting instead for the second, for the lair, and going up to tier 2 tech, so he's got a Hydralisk den now. So, this is sort of interesting to me, because these are really the two choices you face when you have a bit of spare minerals as a Zerg player. Do you tech? Do you go to lair? Or do you get that second base?
What do you
try
do?
to establish your economy? I mean, mutas are tempting to me.
Mutas are very tempting. Very good at getting map control, but Nerdnina running up with some more Zerglings. However, Frezned is well prepared, has more Zerglings than her, so if they engage, Frezned Zerglings will come off better in that fight. Although, Frezned with the slow Zerglings, but with those sheer numbers, able to shut down Nerdnina's Zerglings once again.
We do see now, we have... we have Griddler. Slipped the name there for a second. With the cloaking research here, and we're seeing two Banshees come out at the same time now too. So it looks like he may start to put together a few Banshees from maybe a bit of a Banshee harassment.
Yeah, we could be seeing a bit of Air Terran play or something like that.
Absolutely, and I'm just wondering if do Firemint have detection now? I know they have been thwarted in the past with a lack of detection. We do have an engineering bay there, so it looks like MarsSpider can construct turrets if need be.
Don't have that orbital command, which would come in handy for the scans, but we don't have that up yet. No Evo chamber yet for Nerdnina.
Or lair tech either, so that may see her a little short on detection as well. So these incoming Banshees may well prove to be quite a good option for Endgame Studios.
Frezned walking his Zerglings in, getting a nice scout of their army composition, but losing all of the Zerglings in the process. I did see Nina has some Banelings, so I wonder if they're going to try and bust down this wall. It's a very soft wall, but we are seeing cloaked Banshees move into Griddler's base. So
MarsSpider's base.
Oh yeah, sorry, Griddler's Banshees moving into MarsSpider's base. Sorry, so no turrets up and no orbital command, so unable to spot the cloaked Banshees. However, they are very low on energy, so will be uncloaking very soon. But they have already done the damage they need. Absolutely ravaging MarsSpider's mineral line. The Marines coming in now, going to shoo away those Banshees. Are they going to drop one of them? No, getting away with 21 health.
See, they always get away.
They always get away, and Nerdnina doing what she can. Chasing away those Banshees with her Zerglings.
She's going to need that jumping Zergling upgrade.
That's right.
I mean, that's got to be in the patch, in the new expansion, right?
Well, it would be.
Oh, please. Please.
Jumping Zerg. Well, that'd be a bit like the facehuggers from Alien, I think. Like these tiny little things that just jump up. That could be cool, actually. Now, the more I think about that, how's about you drop... Like, you've already got Baneling nests that, you can convert Zerglings into Banelings. What about some sort of hugger nest that converts them into a hugger, and then they, run up and jump on, Marine's face and take them over? So it's like an infested Terran, but from a Zergling.
That would be pretty awesome.
Although, that does sound expensive.
It sounds expensive, but it sounds like a good way to kill all Marines, which I'm in favour of.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, actually, I heard a rumour that... the Scourge, which, if you've ever played Starcraft 1, is a unit from the original, and it is essentially a Baneling of the air. It is an explosive, suicidal, very cheap unit that flies around and just crashes into stuff and blows it up. And in Starcraft 1 was used all the time, but unfortunately did not make it to Starcraft 2. But may possibly show back up in the expansion. I really want to see that because I love those things. They're crazy little things. And there's nothing quite so devastating to someone as to have a giant air army, a giant bucket of Vikings, and then just turn around and they're all dead.
Lose them all. So I don't know, if it attacks air in a big clump, Terrans against Zerg don't really get a high amount of air units, just because of their then a Zerg just goes super high Zergling count. You've got nothing to deal with it. So I don't know. I would be interested in seeing, unless Terran are going to get some unit that promotes air Terran against Zerg.
It looks like here we've got the Vikings doing a harassment on the Overseer here, so that mobile detection has gone down. Though I do know that MarsSpider now has his orbital command up, so we may be able to see him. He's targeting the Vikings, but he really needs to target those Banshees.
The damage has been done. Not enough Marines now to deal with these Banshees. A little bit too late on the scan. Target firing those Vikings down helped Griddler just reduce those Marine numbers. So once again, able to do an absolute number on MarsSpider's mineral line. You still don't see a turret or anything in the base, so no detection on the way. And I don't even know whether Nina has anything to deal with the air. No, she does not. So the Spire on the way. But that is still going to take some time to build. Still another 60 seconds away from completing. So
in the meantime, these buildings are going to be under a lot of pressure. We've got a couple of Marines coming up, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough to take them all out.
Still, once again, focusing down the Vikings and not focusing down the Banshees, which is what they need. He's going to clear away that Marine. So now, once again, these Banshees just free. Although, here we go. We are seeing Nerdnina deciding to counter-push. Try and do something, but once again, that wall proving too strong. However, here come the Banelings. Will they be able to bust through the supply depot, or will the tanks be able to target fire them down? There they go. The supply depots drop, but their numbers are a little bit too low, and Griddler and Frezned able to survive that without taking too much casualty on their end, while also simultaneously dropping MarsSpider's command center.
So those Banelings just kind of angled up to the right and away and gave the Marines and siege tanks enough time to target fire them down before they splashed all that damage onto the Marine ball. So looks like we've got Griddler putting that wall back up again, so he's going to...
A bit restricted, as you can see, by the creep.
Yes,
able to build on that. So it's not quite a full wall, but it still will funnel the
there
Zerglings.
We go. We've got some collaborative building.
And who... Look at us before saying Zerg can't build a wall.
Jeez.
What do we know?
How wrong was I?
Idiots.
So here we go. We've got Nina trying to dart in again, taking advantage of that wall while it's still temporarily down. But there are a lot of units on the field now. Lots and lots of siege tanks doing damage all over the front of that base, as well as those spine crawlers on the right-hand side. And this wall is now pretty much in place, so that's going to make it very, very tough for Firemint to counter now. They really need to get some more anti-air on the field to be able to deal with the army of Griddler with so many Banshees now ready to go. They all are sort of slowly accumulating cloak energy as well, so they're going to be well and truly cloaked.
Well and truly cloaked. And we see Griddler also moving to mass Viking production, so obviously spotting the Mutalisk count starting to get a bit high, realising that if he doesn't make some Vikings, that he's going to lose all of those Banshees rather quickly to these Mutas.
That's right. In the meantime, though, we have Hive Tech now from Frezned, and we have an Ultralisk Cavern.
Mm-hmm.
So that we might see some Ultralisks, and he certainly has a surplus of funds at the moment. So channeling all those toward Ultralisks to get to spend that money is actually quite a good idea. It's the easiest thing in the world to be able to just dump.
That's right. We could be seeing just a whole heap of Ultralisks here, using up all of that gas and minerals that he's got. But here we go. Once again, we see Griddler moving in with all of those cloaked Banshees.
Those tanks are horribly vulnerable. There's just not enough Marines to be able to deal with this. Though we do see the Mutas flying in now, but there's no
detection. No, we don't have the command center on MarsSpider's second command center. So these Banshees destroying all of those tanks. There we go. We finally get the Overseer coming in, but once again, those Banshees doing great damage, definitely paying for themselves. And every little bit helps. They're reducing the army count of Firemint, and they've also reduced their base numbers while they've both expanded here. So I'm going to say that Endgame Studios are getting a little bit ahead.
They're in an absolutely commanding position at the moment. They have the resources, they have the bases. Nerdnina here doing a little bit of harassment, which is good. Try to get back on the offensive.
Griddler actually, has been on this one base for a long time, so we do see he's actually almost completely mined out, so that would be huge if Nerdnina could take down this expansion. The Vikings, though, coming in, maybe going to prevent it, but no. Griddler running away with those, giving the Mutas another chance to make a few more volleys off. I'm interested in seeing, it would be great if she could take down this command center. And here we go again, coming in. Looks like they're going to be delivering the final blow. Yes, it goes down. So Griddler going to be in a little bit of trouble very shortly, as he's going to be completely mined out in his main. Although this is probably something that Firemint did not want to see.
No, that is the last thing you would like to see. A giant ball of Ultralisk just chilling.
Yep, and no matter where these Mutalisks go now, there's Hydralisks, there's Queens, there's Spore Crawlers. There is something just doing a little bit of damage to them.
Yeah, and that count is getting very low now. That Queen is going to get taken out any second, but really only 2 left now. Not enough to do significant damage. We do see Spore Crawler going up at Frezned's base now, so those Mutas are going to have to retreat. We do see those Mutas could have ducked in here, although there is a very well-placed turret there.
But we do see the Griddler is completely mined out, so no longer mining. He still does have some resources stockpiled, so this won't stop him from producing any more units, although he will need to build a supply depot to unsupply block himself. But we are seeing Griddler decide now is a great time to move out. After destroying that high Mutalisk count, his Banshees and Vikings should be able to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to really try and finish off just a huge offensive here. That is a huge count of Banshees. They just take out anything so quickly, just one-shotting buildings and units and all kinds of stuff. The Marines come in, but it's just not enough, and the Vikings really just locking down the air here just to prevent any chance for those Banshees coming under any threat at all. Look how fast that Mantinder is going down.
It's going down
here
so
come
fast.
These Mutas, but it's just, and then the Ultralisk duck in on the right-hand side and just start tearing apart bases.
This is not looking good for Firemint, so this Viking numbers are going to be too much for Nerdnina's Mutalisk. Mutalisk will fall, and the Hydralisk also adding insult to injury there. So
it looks like Griddler wins the air battle. Frezned has obviously got the ground
battle.
up.
In this game, we've got more Mutalisks spawning from Nerdnina, able to do a little bit of damage to the Ultralisks, but not enough. It seems.
You can see all of those all those Mutalisks focusing in on one Ultralisk, and look how slowly that health is going down. They are just so heavily armored. It is just. Unless you've got a giant ball of Mutalisks, it will take you all day to take down even just a single one of those. So, looks like that base is going to go down. The Banshees now doing an absolute number on Nerdnina's other base. Vikings dropping down, doing their part as well in taking out the drones and the hatchery. So, it looks like we might see this game wrap up very, very soon. There's the GG from MarsSpider.
And Nerdnina has already left, so that is the match. And that game, that match actually going to Endgame Studios in two rounds.
That's right, and so that unfortunately puts Firemint out of the tournament. Great competitors, they really were entertaining to watch, and both fairly new to the game, and it was just really incredible to see both of them evolve and their gameplay really just every single week we watch just kick up another notch.
Yeah.
So really encouraging. But thanks very much for playing Firemint, and thank you for watching. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, where we are at PlaywellCup, or Facebook.com/PlaywellCup. And we will see you next time.